now I'm feeling limitless. Why life's so serendipity, my cash is landed heftily. You're looking at the man, sheriff, I am not your deputy. Player Bill Bellamy, my tailor's in Beverly. I still stand steadily and standing on integrity. Standing on my 2 feet, flying with the crew.
Another thing, speaking about your level of consistency, this year in particular, I noticed that you drop a new song every single month, okay?
Right.
Which I think is really structured, and I haven't seen a lot of people doing that. But let's talk about the videos in particular, okay? I see a lot of videos that people are doing. They're nice, but I've seen some videos of you in Egypt, some other countries. I've seen you on camp. Tell me about that. You got some really dope stuff. Tell me in particular about Egypt.
Egypt was nice. That trip was crazy. And we did like some real dangerous stuff out there. We weren't supposed to be doing what we were supposed to be doing. So if you've never been to Egypt, they got a wall around the pyramids like Donald Trump. Donald Trump says he was trying to build a wall around
the Great Wall?
the southern,
okay.
southern border. That's what they had in Egypt. It was this big, enormous wall, about probably 10, 20 feet, and it stretched out 100 miles long. I don't know how. And we couldn't get in there because our equipment. Shout out to Sasha Lemon. Sasha Lemon, my boy. That was my first videographer I started messing with when I started Gone Global Records. And we ran Camelback out there. We ran Camelback all the way out there. You know,
I haven't seen that done. Nobody's riding camels.
Yeah, man. We was able to see some things and shoot our video. We was able to ride on the Nile River. You know, Egypt was cool. But one of the most funnest videos we shot overseas was probably AO. AO we shot in Italy. The Prague one was real big to us. Prague was fun, but the AO was the best. When we went to Italy and we did that, it wasn't nothing like that. That was yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You gotta go to Italy, love. Go to Italy.
I'll go there one day.
Go where we shot AO in Cinque Terre, Italy.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll do that.
That's the spot.
All right, and one of your songs, OTL, you mentioned Swayzy. Can you tell me a little bit more about that, if you don't mind?
Yeah, so Swayzy, he was one of my friends in the military. Swayzy went to AIT with me, which is Advanced Individual Training. He was a rapper. So when we both got stationed in Fort Bragg, you know, we were making music together. And we actually had like a project, I want to say about 7, 8 songs together. Swayzy was a dope rapper, man. He was from the South. And me being a guy from the North, being from Chicago, around that time, I couldn't understand the South like that.
Right.
So he was a more swaggy type guy, and me, I was a more lyrical type guy. But I felt like he was a real talented dude. And we clicked up well, and we was, you know, we made some good music, man. We had a good friendship with the man. And just a very bright individual, a good soul. And he ended up getting out the military and he ended up committing suicide.
Yeah.
So, you know, he was one of my friends who committed suicide, and it was hard for me to see how a person like him could do that because this man was always smiling, man. This man was always alive. And sometimes we just don't know what people are going through or what they're going through inside. And I hear from a lot of men that get out this uniform that, you know, go through mental issues because of this. So, yeah. But Swayzy, that was my dog, man.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to elaborate on. I know it's been a big issue recently. People are going through a lot of mental health things. I find that it seems like it's more difficult for men to approach that subject of, hey, you know, maybe I need a therapist, maybe I need some help. Do you agree with that? Why don't you think men say, hey, I'm struggling here inside too, I need to talk to somebody? I think
as men, it is a pride thing. I think we're being too macho a lot.
Women, we get us a therapist quickly.
Yeah, therapy quick, and it's okay. But then another thing, black men, the black family, we haven't felt like it was a need for us to do things like that.
Right.
We felt like we could whoop our kids out of any mental
fix
issue
it on our own.
fix it by spanking, and that's not always so. And sometimes we don't have the education level or the background to actually heal that kind of trauma. So it shouldn't be like that. You know, it's 2022, man. People should be a lot more open to seeing therapists and working on that mental health. Because my buddy, I'm telling you, didn't see it coming, man. That was a very live dude, man, from Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Very live dude, man.
Yeah.
I would have never seen that coming.
I love that. I think it's really special that you mentioned him for that reason. So I just wanted to touch on that for a second.
No problem.
And also, listen, the fans want to know, is there a special lady in your life right now? It's okay. Don't spit out your ice.
Is there a special lady? Mm-hmm. Man, there's always a special lady, man. You know, what kind of man go around the world don't have him a special lady? There's always a special lady, man. She around.
Hey, that's what type of answer? No, I love it.
I ain't gonna say who she is, but she around. She
around.
She knows she is.
She's around. I like it.
You know who you is.
Ladies,
You know
that's a
who you is.
special lady. You know who you are.
And I'm
Parker, why
trying to
different?
have some more. But hold on, and I'm trying to have some more babies.
More babies.
And I'm trying to have some more babies. You know who he is.
Since we just said babies, how many do you have?
I got 2.
You got 2? Sons, daughters?
2 little girls.
2 little girls?
Big girls.
Big girls. Ages? Can you tell us?
Teens.
Teens.
Hell yeah.
Really? I wouldn't have
Teens.
thought.
Huh?
How is it being a girl dad?
Getting back everything I deserve, I guess.
Getting back everything you deserve?
Yeah.
Is punishment?
Punishment,
for
real
some of the things you did in
real
your
punishment,
20s.
for real.
Okay.
That's how I look at it.
All right, listen, just a random question because we're in Richmond and me having lived here pretty much all my life. Why do you think Richmond kind of doesn't always support its own people? And maybe it's a personal thought, but I don't feel like we support our local artists.
I think that in any city, especially even growing up in Chicago, that a lot of people, they don't want to see you go to the top. When they know you, it's like, yeah, I know that guy.
Right.
You know what I
can't do
mean? Oh, I
this.
know that girl. You know, how can she make it there? But they don't want to put the work that you're putting in, but they don't want you to make it. And they're not going to put the work in. So it's a crab in the barrel mentality. Down south, people really help each other out more. People put local artists on and give people that tick and that time. But I don't think that Richmond is like that. I think it's a lot of love in Richmond. Or maybe you're right. Maybe I'm an outsider coming to Richmond.
Yeah, it's my perspective.
And I got a lot more love because I was from Chicago and I was from a different
Exactly.
place. So folks didn't grow up with me or didn't feel some kind of way towards me or something like that. But no, I think Richmond is dope. Then I think a lot of the guys, they got a lot of beef and problems going on. We living in a real deal beef kind of
Very
era.
real right now.
And that drill music they created in the Chi, everybody's following that. A lot of artists I work with in Richmond, you know, these dudes talking about smoking on this guy, smoking on that guy.
Yeah,
And they
I've heard
serious.
a lot of that. Right.
And they serious
They're
too.
very serious.
Yeah.
They're very serious, but it's
Guys
a
ain't
pattern.
joking. I got an artist I was about to sign to Mosby Projects. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say his name, man, until we do that paperwork and we get that exposure. But you know, yeah, them guys out there living that thing for real. For real, for real.
Now I'm feeling limitless. Why life's so serendipity. My cash is landed heftily. You're looking at the man, sheriff. I am not your deputy. Player Bill Bellamy. My tailor's in Beverly. I still stand steadily and standing on integrity. Standing on my 2 feet. Flying with the crew.